Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going through the top 10 things that you need in China or travel tips for China. These are all things that I wish I knew before visiting China or had with me when I was traveling there. So make sure you stick around and let's get started. Number 1 is a VPN. Now you may have heard that China has some restrictions on their internet. And if you want to use Google, Facebook, Instagram, any of those apps, you will need to get a VPN. This is something that I wish I had known before I got to China, because my first week there, I tried to use Google Maps and I couldn't. And it wasn't until like the 5th day that somebody told me, hey, you need a VPN. So I would definitely recommend getting a VPN before you go. It makes it so much easier to travel around. There's a lot of apps and things that you can use. If you're looking for a VPN, let us know, and we can do a little bit more research and find one for you. But this is something that you definitely need if you're going to be in China. You can get them for your computer, for your phone, and they're super easy to set up. Number 2 is an international SIM card or a way to access your phone plan while you're abroad. So if you have a TNT, T-Mobile, something like that, you will need to figure out how to access your phone plan internationally because China does not really have a good connection with a lot of different countries' phone plans. So I know somebody who went there with an international plan with Verizon, and it did not work well at all. They hardly had any service. The recommendation is to get an international SIM card, which I think you can do through your provider. Or if you have a friend or family member that lives in China, you can ask them to give you their phone temporarily while you're there. That's what I ended up doing, and it made my life a lot easier. It also depends on how long you're staying in China as well. Number 3 is cash. Like I said, you will need cash for certain things. China is very digital, but there are still certain things where you will need to have physical money. And I recommend having both the Chinese yuan, which is the currency in China, as well as US dollars. Sometimes it's just easier to pay in US dollars, especially if you're buying things from vendors or merchants who don't necessarily take cards. So I would recommend having both. And make sure you have some small bills as well, especially if you're taking taxes. Sometimes they don't have change, so it's nice to have some 1s and 5s on hand. Number 4 is a portable Wi-Fi hotspot. Again, if you're going to be using your international SIM card, this won't be for you. But if you're going to be using a VPN, then this is going to be super handy for you. So a portable Wi-Fi hotspot is something that I had that made my life so much easier. My international phone plan that I ended up getting included a hotspot, which was so helpful because I could share that with my friends who didn't have Wi-Fi hotspots themselves. So everybody could connect to that, and we could all use Google Maps, look up restaurants, do whatever we needed to do. So this is something that I highly recommend. If you don't already have that built into your international plan, get a portable Wi-Fi hotspot. Number 5 is a phrase book or a translation app. I recommend both actually. I had the Pleco Dictionary, which is a really great translation app. It works really well. And I also had a phrase book. The reason I recommend both is because sometimes the translation app doesn't translate everything correctly. So it's nice to have the phrase book as a backup. And also, you can have a conversation with somebody using your phrase book. It is a lot easier than pulling up your phone all the time and translating things on the spot. So I highly recommend having both. And if you want to download a translation app, I recommend Google Translate. Number 6 is wet wipes. Wet wipes are so handy for so many reasons. 1. The metro in China gets really dirty, especially during the summer months. And sometimes the handles are really dirty. So it's nice to have those wet wipes to clean off your hands after using public transportation. They're also great for cleaning up spills. They're great for cleaning up food. And I feel like they're just a must-have when you're traveling anywhere. So make sure you have those. Number 7 is a mini carabiner. I love these mini carabiners. I actually got this from Amazon. I'll link it below if I can find it, but it's so tiny. I love it. This was another thing that made my life so much easier. So this is really good for connecting your bottle to your backpack if you have a backpack that has a clip. So this is a camelback. It doesn't have a clip, so this is a carabiner that I use to clip my bottle onto my backpack. It's also great for keeping your stuff together. You can keep your charging cords all together, your dongles. There's just so many things that you can do with these carabiners. And they are so tiny and lightweight that you can just throw it in your backpack and you have it for whenever you need it. Number 8 is a universal plug adapter. This is something that I actually forgot, and I kind of panicked when I got to China because I realized that I had forgotten it, and I ended up buying one when I got there. So definitely don't wait till you get to China to buy one of these. But it does have the 2 prongs, the American-style plugs, but it also has the European-style plugs. So it's just nice to have that. And I think they have them in a bunch of different styles. So make sure you pick one up before you go to China. Number 9 is a physical copy of your passport. When you go to China, they will keep your passport for the entire trip. They keep it at the Border Patrol office, and you get it back at the end of your trip. So they're going to keep it whether you like it or not. But I would recommend making a copy of it before you go, just in case you need it for any other reason. And number 10 is a good attitude. A good attitude goes a long way. I am not kidding. Having a good attitude in China and being patient will make your trip so much better. I have a whole video about things that can shock you about China. And it's just, there are a lot of things that are different than the US, and they're different than what you're probably used to. So just have a good attitude, go with the flow, be patient, and enjoy China. You will have such a wonderful time. I absolutely love China, and I hope you do too. So those are my top 10 travel tips for visiting China. I know there are probably more, but those are the ones that I thought of off the top of my head that were so helpful for me. So I hope they're helpful for you too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions. We'd love to help you. We have a ton of China videos coming up. So make sure you stay tuned, and we will see you next week. Bye.